Hello, my name is Skip Wyatt. I'm a graduate of Florida State University with a Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. I'm a network analyst and a systems administrator, and I apply the systems approach to problem solving. I like a challenge, and I work well with teams consisting of all technical skill levels and backgrounds. Today's tutorial is about conducting a Wi-Fi site survey using a great little program called InSSIDer. This tutorial is primarily targeted at people who have already set up a Wi-Fi network, but may be having problems connecting to it. Before we begin, there are a few key things to know about Wi-Fi. First, Wi-Fi has an SSID. This is really just a network name, and it's an identifier for your network. When you first got your router, or your access point, this was probably called Linksys or Netgear. On a properly set up network, this should be hidden, and this prevents people from just randomly connecting to your network. Next, your router and your Wi-Fi network has something called a channel. The operating frequency band for Wi-Fi is typically in the 2.4 gigahertz frequency band. The channel is where your router fits in. There are 11 operating channels in that 2.4 gigahertz frequency band for 802.11b and 802.11g. And finally, Wi-Fi has encryption. Encryption is what keeps other people off of your network and keeps your data yours. The three kinds of encryption are WEP, WPA, pre-shared key, and WPA2. This is by no means a complete list, but these are probably the three most common kinds of encryption. If you find that your router is using WEP, please go ahead and change it to either WPA or WPA2 if your router supports it. WEP is not strong encryption. So, let's go ahead and get a look at InSSIDer. You'll need to launch your web browser, I like Firefox myself, and go to MetaGeek.net. Once there, click on Products and scroll down to InSSIDer. Then click on the Download InSSIDer button. Give it a couple of seconds, and then it'll download automatically. Note that it's an MSI package, not an exe file. Don't let this worry you, just go ahead and install it. The reason that I chose to talk about InSSIDer instead of a program like Network Stumbler is that InSSIDer works on all versions of Microsoft Windows, from Windows XP to Windows Vista and Windows 7, including the 64-bit versions. And it runs on top of all of the network stacks on top inside of those. And that means it works on a broad range of network cards. Once installed, we'll go ahead and launch InSSIDer. When InSSIDer comes up, we'll select the network interface that we want to use. In this case, we'll choose the Intel Wi-Fi link 5100. We'll make sure we're looking at the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum and click on Start Scanning. In the top area, you can see a grid with all of the different networks that we can see. And in the bottom area, you'll see two graphs. The graph on the left is a time graph showing signal strength of all of the networks that we can see versus the time that we can see them. And on the right, you'll see a graph of all of the signal strengths of the networks and the channel that they're on. Note specifically the green network. That's D-stallers. That's our network, and that's the one that we're having problems connecting to. You can see here that it's on channel 11, and there's 2 other networks on channel 11. We're going to want to change that. You'll also note that there is an unknown network in yellow. That means the SSID of that network is hidden. That's good. That means that network is pretty securely set up. Next, we'll go back to our web browser, and we'll go ahead and connect to our router. We'll put in our username, which in this case is admin, and then our password. We'll click on the wireless tab, and then we'll click on manual setup. Now you'll notice here that this specific router has some end functionality, and we'll have to take it off of some of the automatic settings that it has. On this particular router, we have to change the radio band, and then we're able to change our channel from 11 to 8. We'll click on Save Settings, and we'll bring InSSIDer back up. We can see here that our network has changed to channel 8, and we should have no more interference. Thank you for watching my tutorial, and for more, please visit Yetanother.info.